Hey guys, thanks for checking out the video. We're going to continue with our discussion regarding defending against takedowns in a self-defense environment or scenario. And to do that, what I want to talk about are the levels of defense. If you look at wrestlers, and there's a lot to be learned from these guys. We're talking about guys who spend their entire careers learning how to set up takedowns and how to defend against takedowns. One of the things that we learn going into it is there are 4 levels of defense: the hands, the elbows, your head, and then your hips. And we'll get to each one of those in turn, starting in this video with using my hands for defense. Now, we talked earlier about the fact that I need to have good posture, I need to have good balance, and I need to have my elbows in to start off with. So if a fight is starting to escalate, or an argument is starting to escalate, and you think this might go physical, then I kind of need to start setting up things well in advance. A lot of times people get taken down because they make dumb mistakes. Okay, they get caught up in what's going on, and they're not thinking about what could go on, and they get knocked down by virtue of that. So we're going to watch out for that. And to use my hands to defend the takedown, we're going to look at something very specific. Remember what we said earlier: elbows in, elbows in, elbows in. So I'm not trying to hold him off this way. We're in an argument, and this is my beginning part. I'd like to, if I know this is going to escalate and go physical, be able to use my hands here. But we can't always rely on striking to end the fight. There are some guys out there who can just take a punch. And also, what his instinct when he feels threatened, like I'm going to start punching, maybe to just duck his head and drive in. Maybe even when he ducks his head and starts coming forward, I hit him in the top, in the top of the head. It's going to do more damage to me than him. And the problem is now he's inside, boom, and he gets inside here. Once he gets that inside position, there's a real risk that I'm going to get dumped on the ground. So when I say we're going to use our hand, the first thing I need to do is I need to make sure, in order to use my hands here, I need to match eye levels with him. Which means whatever I'm doing, if he suddenly changes levels on me, I don't know if it's a body shot or if he's shooting in, okay, or he's just ducking his head to tackle. I need to make sure that when he comes forward, that I change levels. And there's no reason why I can't use my hands to keep him on that outside. If you don't have hand game yet, you haven't really worked on your boxing or worked on your striking, I can still use my hands to frame and brace, so that if we're in an argument right now and suddenly he just starts to crash in and tackle, as long as I'm matching his level, I can post on him and try and stuff him off and move off and keep him at an extension. If you saw our other videos, we talked about dealing with cloth grabs in a fight. This is where I could also put those things in myself. So if he starts to crash and I'm stuffing him off here, there's no reason I can't grab his shirt and stuff it down and go to work in here. Both of those things will work. So my first level of defense is always trying to use my hands, so as he comes in here, to be able to stuff him and create angle. Also this way, I can work towards the door. I can also scan the environment to make sure that there aren't any accomplices on his part, and I can make sure that he didn't have a weapon in his hand when we tied up. So first level of defense, hands.